Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny. So guys, in today's video we want to talk about what is currently going on right now about Ooni of Ife. If you don't know him, like he's a king in Nigeria, and he's one of the most respected rulers in the world and holds a lot of powers and authority in the Yoruba land. Beside his royal status, he's a successful real estate businessman. So this is how he's connected to this thing going on right now in the social media. A lot of people are saying that he defrauded them. Like guys, if you guys could remember, that was last year. Around this time last year, someone posted on Twitter that he said something like he lost a huge amount of money to one company owned by Ooni of Ife. The company name is Gran Imperial Group, and the person was saying that he scammed him, that the company, or not him, the company scammed him 6.7 million naira. That was last year. The person posted it on Twitter, and a lot of people were like coming to testify that they went through the same thing in the hands of that company. Like the man, according to the man, he said he made a payment of 6.7 million as first installment to the real estate company. Like he wanted to purchase a house. That was in 2015 up to that last year 2020, that he's yet to get what he paid for, both his money and the house or the land he paid for. He did not see anything. So a lot of people were saying that this is not the first time, and many people were saying that they respect the king a lot, like even if he's not aware that this kind of thing is going on in his company. But people are saying there is no how he won't be aware of all these things that is going on in his company, that the company belongs to him, and he should know what is going on. So guys, let's get into today's video, what is currently happening right now. So guys, I saw this thing in the on the internet where they posted royal fraud, and it is basically saying that there is not even one company, that companies linked to Ooni of Ife defraud Nigerians in massive real estate scandal. Like it's not even one company of his, is more than one companies. So the thing said, let me read it. It said, apart from the revelation that hundreds of investors were never refunded after several years, the housing scheme, Gran Imperial Group's multi-million naira essential home has been described by many as the biggest fraud seen yet in Nigerians' real estate history. Wow. And so I was like, wow, like is the king not aware of this, or like he's not saying anything about it, he's not shaking body? Like when the one that happened last year happened, I didn't even hear anything from the king. He didn't shake body, and a lot of people were saying that people were afraid. So guys, like what I heard is like a lot of people, especially Yorubas, are afraid to confront him because of the respect they have for him. So they feels like fighting the kings means fighting their father or that, or anyway, sha, is their money. They are supposed to confront him because the company is his. He's the owner of the company. He's the CEO of the company. So he needs to know what is going on. And I know that he knows that all these things are going on, and I know that he knows. Anyway, so guys, let's just talk the one that is happening right now. So according to what I read on Sahara Reporter and some articles I read on Google, a woman, a retired, she's a pensioner. Let me just call her Madam A. So in October 2014, she said she received a document from one company, one interproject limited, like introducing a sale of one unit of 3 bedroom corner piece bungalow apartment out at what's the name of the place she called? She said South Point Pointy Two Estate, South Pointy Two Estate at Aja, Lagos, Nigeria. So at 17.967 million. So according to her, she said she was instructed to pay 50% of the cost if she like accept the offer of that 17 point something million, that she should pay 50%. So she said okay, because since the way they describe the place and the location is a prime location, you understand, and the building's specification and the estate facilities, as what they show her in the contract, look top notch. So she was like, the thing caught her attention, you understand. So she said the delivery date was less than a year away in August 2015. Remember, this transaction started in October 2014. So she said shortly after she paid initial deposit of 8 point something million to that company. So when the receipt now came, when they now issued her a receipt, the receipt name now bears the this Ooni of Ife company, which is Gran Imperial Group. So she didn't say anything as per, like, so she said on the scheduled visit, like the day they were supposed to go and see the place. So like some officials from Grand Imperial Group, that is the king's company, took her to South Point 1 instead of South Point 2. The place she paid for, the estate she paid for, is South Pointy Estate 2, but they took her to South Pointy Estate 1 instead of 2. So that was when she said, what is really happening? They said no, that's no problem, that like, according to her, she said they told her that the point 2 estate is not ready, but the point 1 is ready and is the same thing. So they just like want to show her how the place will look like, you understand. So she said okay, no problem. So, and she said she went there with her son, and the name of one of the only worker that took her there is one Mrs. James or something, she said. So yeah. So she said when she started suspecting things was when they took her to that point 1. At a time they started telling her that okay, that there is another estate that will be completed before that point 2, and that maybe she would like that one. That was, she said that was around February 2015. So and the name of that estate is Golden Leaf Estate. So instead of from point 2 South Point 2 estate, they took her to South Point 1 to show her how the South Point 2 will look like. From there they now told her okay, now the one they will give her now is Golden Leaf Estate. You, like, everything is looking so fishy. Like, if I were this person, by then I will know that something is going on. So then she said when she now made the final deposit, because before she has already paid 8.983 million naira, then that was 50% of the amount. Then this last, the final deposit, now she still paid the same amount because she paid half of it before. So she said she received a letter from one staff from that first company that linked her to that only company, and they were telling her that her apartment. They even gave her apartment number. According to her, she said it's block F unit 1. You understand? That was what they told her. So when it's time for her, for when it's now time in August 2015 for her to, like, that you've paid everything, now is now for you to go and, yeah, collect your building or your land or paper and everything. She said that was the day she discovered that she has been defrauded. And one funny thing there is that that day she saw hundreds of people that was defrauded too. This is so this is so sad. Like, why would the king allow his name to be rubbed in mud like this? Like, it's not even today that I started hearing of him being involved in fraud, but sometimes all these things you will think that maybe it's from haters or people that don't want his progress or people that want to spoil his name and all that. But when you read this and look at it, you know that that this might be like 85% true in truth in what this person is saying, because that first person that posted it on Twitter last year, a lot of people were testifying like they were victims that up to this moment they have not seen their money, even 1 naira they have not received. So what am I trying to say? As a king, like, like normal, when there is problem in the land, you go to the king to solve your problem. You go to the when like in a community where you're having dispute of land, if you before you go to court, you first of all go to your king for the king to try to make peace. If it did not work out, that was when people now go to court. But in this situation now, like, if you have a problem of land with someone, would you like to go to the king? For me, I would say no, because since the king can, his company can involve in, like, defrauding people like this, and he has not said anything, like, a lot of people, and this just people's hard earned money. People worked for this money. Nobody picked money on the floor. Nobody picked money on trees. And one thing that really makes me sad is these people are Yoruba. More like 90% of people buying this estate are Yorubas. They loved him. They look up to him as a father. They trusted him to do business with him. Like, when you are doing business with a well-respected king in the whole world, like, if you're, like, let me say you want to buy something right now and you heard that this is owned by the king, like, even if they ask you to pay millions, like, you would trust them, that say, oh, he's the king, he's my king, I trust him, he's a well-respected man, he will not drop, he will not defraud me, he will not do this, that. But now that this thing is like this now, I think a lot of people will not trust him again to do business with him, especially this his company, this his Gran Imperial companies, and this company. And one thing is, this king has so many companies with different names, and a lot of people knew that he's the owner of Grand Imperial Groups, but didn't know that he's the owner of Howard Rock, or is it Rock Limited, and another company, Metropole Interproject Limited. All these companies are linked with the king. He's the owner. Partially, he's the owner of these companies, but all of them are linked together. But people thought that it's Grand Imperial Groups that is owned by the king, whereas all these companies that he opens with different names, then they will get customers, and when you are receiving your receipts, you now see that your receipt is on Grand Imperial Groups. Maybe Metropole Interproject Limited, they get subscribers, like, they get customers, and when you pay and do everything, you find out that when they're giving you your receipt is carrying Grand Imperial Groups. That means all these three companies are one company working together in different names. I think that's the meaning of this. But I think the king needs to come out to to say something. How can somebody pay you millions of naira since 2015 up till now? If not, the person have not seen land, the person have not seen house, the person have not even seen his or her money. That's not fair. This is not fair. Like, this is not fair. You understand? Is it not up to 6 years? Yeah, this 2021 will make it 6 years. Like, 6 years later, they have not gotten their apartment nor refund. No, it's not good. Like, if you go through this if you go through Sahara report, you will see a lot of people lamenting, complaining, a lot. It's not even one, two, three, four, five, like hundreds of people. This is not good for the king. This is not good. This will tarnish the king's image. And the thing there is, he's not even shaking body. I admire this king a lot. I thought, like, well, I don't know. I'm not judging him, but what I'm saying is there's something they normally say that when something big is happening, a father, when something is happening, if an elder there is supposed to talk, king now is just like a father in that community. King is just like a father in his community. Like, if something is happening, is if there is a chaos, if there is a fight, or if there is anything, the first person that will be called is the king. The first person the people will run to is the king. But how now that that person that you're supposed to run to, like if you're having a land dispute with people, is now the person defrauding people, will you trust that kind of person to handle your case on land disputes and all that? Like, no, this is not really fair, honestly. Like, I don't know what to think. If you know more about this story of, or if you know, if you are involved in this, or you've lost money in this story, in this investment, your family member or someone you know, or you are the person, like, drop your drop a comment on the comment section. Let's just like see. And guys, please, nobody should come for me. I'm just trying to narrate what I read, you understand? So nobody is perfect. We've not heard from the king, we'll not conclude, but whereby hundreds of people are lamenting and testifying that they went through something like this, or they were defrauded. Like, yeah, something is there. Like, when a baby is crying and pointing finger at a place, either the mother is there or the father is there. Thank you guys, bye.